Hello, everybody. We are live. This is Milkshake Funeral with Kyle White, Courtney Tips, and I'm your host, Brad White. We're here to talk a little Ozark Season 1. Yes, it says seasons in the headline. That's because I don't prove things before I put them out. So it is just Season 1.
You could say that you were initially going with the British version. You were going to say Series 1.
Oh, I like that.
But you just left the S.
I just left the S. So this is going to be full of spoilers.
Oh, we didn't say Dirty Pop?
Dirty Pop.
Now we're good. Go ahead. Sorry.
We've been a little glitchy with the video, so we're trying it with just the title card up. So you are deprived of my gorgeous face for tonight. But obviously, Ozark's one of the most popular TV shows on the planet right now. So let's just get into it. So we're gonna kind of do this in the framework of life lessons that we've learned from Ozark, and then we're gonna hand out some awards. We're gonna go through some categories, that kind of thing. So without further ado, Kyle, do you want to or do we need to do like? Let's just do the life lessons, right?
You want to do a synopsis, like a very very short? Is that not even worth the time? You've watched it. If you're listening to this, you've watched it, or if you haven't, then why are you listening? Yeah. We appreciate it, but still don't understand it.
Right. So let's just move through our categories. I think that's going to be the easiest way to chew through this. So lesson number 1: never cop to skimming. Never, for any reason, cop to skimming. So in season 1, we learned that Dell was just fishing. He didn't know. He had no clue that they had. They were stealing.
Isn't that kind of a contradiction, though? Like, are you fishing if you don't know? Like, don't you suspect at least? All that was any of the time, I was like, well, he kind of knows. Like,
well, right. Like, I feel like
you wouldn't just like. I don't know how, unless you're just super paranoid always, and you're ready to kill everyone that works for you, regardless of whether they've done something wrong. Like, do you just go around on fishing expeditions like just for no reason, or maybe that was the point? That might have gone over my head.
Was that like a reason just to? I mean, was he just kind of
wanted to shake things up,
being cute? I mean, he blew that chick away in the bathing before they copped anything.
Like he just wanted to do that.
Well, so the one thing that was weird, another life lesson: don't tell a drug lord that their toughness is just a fake act.
Yeah,
like Marty hasn't made a lot of mistakes in this series, but telling him like, I know this is all for show. Like, why would he think this is all for show? Because later on we learn in a flashback he's seen him have a guy strangled. So
yeah, not for show.
That was weird.
That was that's kind of Marty. He was a little more arrogant. What's interesting is like I think this is one of the few things a prequel would be very interesting to me on, because he seemed a little more arrogant at that point, and it didn't last very long.
No, it stopped that shit real quick. And the other thing.
Well, he also kind of like basically killed that woman because he was like, well, you just involved a civilian.
Yeah, he did. He's like, yeah, you're coming in
she's
here.
Toast. Thanks, Marty.
Yeah, she's gone. So never cop to skimming ever for any reason. Second life lesson: don't put teens in charge of guarding millions of dollars, unknowingly or knowingly. Don't do it.
Yeah. You're talking about when they get to the motel in Missouri, and
thank you for saying it that way.
Yeah, and he's like, "All right, just don't leave. Like, I got stuff in here. Don't leave, kids. I'm gonna be gone for like 2 days." I mean, of course something's gonna happen. Are you kidding me? Like,
you know what I never realized? I never realized that Wyatt and his sister were working together
to steal. Yeah,
that he intentionally. Honest to God, I feel like such a rube.
I didn't know it till later, but once we see that they're like, they run, they do jobs, it's like, oh, that was them.
I didn't realize until I rewatched the season that Wyatt was like, I thought he was just hitting on her and trying to get her to come out and hang out. I had no.
Because he tossed her.
I'm learning this right now.
Are you?
Yes.
Would you have gone with Wyatt, Courtney, at that point? What do you think? Because there's going to be a lot of some would say Charlotte's not a great character. Some would say. That's what I'm hearing.
I would say.
I also blame TV writers because they need to put more women on the staff because they don't know how to write teenage girls. But you're here. Would you have gone off with Wyatt right there?
If I were Charlotte?
Yeah, at that age. You
Charlotte-
probably would have driven the boat. Sorry, I'll let you finish.
Charlotte being the desperate teenager looking for love. Yes, I am not surprised that she went with Wyatt.
Yeah, I'm not either.
Yeah, I'm not surprised, but it was just. But then then Jonah. Where did Jonah go?
He
Jonah
went
bathed
sightseeing.
at the non-pool.
That's right. He went.
And then, yes.
He went
just
hiking.
wandered, and he went into the creek and he met Tuck.
Tuck.
At the
Yes.
cool little. They're all both like fly
Tuck.
fishing.
Yeah.
Okay, that's right. He just wandered, which I totally get that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they all left,
Why did
and
Win-
$2 million were stolen.
And why did Wendy?
And why didn't he just take it with? He told her. He gave her a mission to find them a house.
Maybe
So
that
he
can
should have
wait.
just kept it. Like, you got to figure out a way to keep that. If you got millions of dollars, you need to keep that shit on your person or as close to it as possible at all times. I mean, yeah, that was. I thought that's what reminded me. Thought like, you're not taking it with you. So
I mean,
yeah.
Is there like a club by the end of the first season? Is there like a club of people who can all say they know where Marty's money is?
Oh, well, there are quite a few, I mean, especially by the end of the season.
Yeah. Okay. Next.
So yeah, you had the note about the about looking both ways. So
Oh, we have a comment. All for show. Yeah. Drug. You're right, Josh. That is no good. That is no good. I'm glad we're seeing comments too from
Yeah.
Facebook because StreamYard had been like having a real Dell moment on that. They're like, we're not gonna do it. Okay. Is this season? We said we were sticking to season 1. That's season 1.
what looking both ways?
Oh wait, no, number 3. It definitely is because
Sorry, I skipped to 4. We can come back to 4.
Okay, so
we'll come back to 4. Sorry.
Number 3. If preaching, you might want to ask if your giant helper, who you don't know that clearly, why you might want to ask them why they're passing out different colored hymnals. The pastor, boat preacher man on this show is such a jackass.
You really hated him way more than I did.
Yeah, I probably dislike
because
him.
I mean, season 1, yeah.
I probably dislike him the most, just for other reasons. But we're doing life lessons, so. But he's a stubborn dick, and he gets his wife killed, and he gets himself. Wait.
Whoops.
Well, no, that's season 1.
Yeah.
That's season 1.
Yeah.
But the next thing I was going to say is not season 1, so
No.
I will not say it. Although, look, if you're listening,
We're
to
gonna
this,
bleed over. It's
no
gonna happen.
one has just watched season 1, so.
We're just trying to limit our content, so we're gonna probably slip up.
Is it weird that he seems to be so completely? How could he not have a clue what's going on? Just the body language and the face. Wouldn't you just be like, what's with the double colored hymnals?
My congregation seems to be split into 2 categories.
Yeah. What? Why don't I ever get to sing from the blue book? He's like, how is it I never get that book?
Well, I want a blue book. I was like, nah, I can't give you the blue book.
Courtney, yes. Jump on in there.
Because the good Lord gives only the special few the other blue book.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
So, and
for that
just to
contribution.
it was basically, was it like it was a hollowed out book, right? And the heroine or was no. Yes, the heroine was
made from
The heroine
was nestled very gently in the hollowed out Bible.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, well, because clearly there's like the families, people who are coming for his sermon, and then you have like clearly very different like some during the summer it's the party college guys rolling up in their boats.
What was his name? What was party college guy?
Oh, the main one that Charlotte hooked up with?
Yeah.
Danforth.
Danforth.
I don't know.
He is henceforth Danforth.
Yeah, but then there was like those guys, and then you get some people who are clearly like just tweaking out, like rolling up.
Oh yeah.
And so like it's funny that not only did the preacher but his wife, neither of them noticed
No.
that anything was happening. So that's
somewhere
it was
in
pretty
between
wonderful.
like Go Tell It on the Mountain, and Amazing Grace.
like
He might want to get into that.
It's such a shitty plan
It is a terrible.
that Marty, it never even occurred to Marty. I mean, I guess why would you think that? But considering that he's like in the drug cartel business, I mean, he didn't observe really, but it's just funny that no one, I guess, maybe the sheriff knows since he's.
That's weird.
Is that in season 1? Do we know? I guess
we know.
Someone aware that he's working with
the
the Snells in
well,
season 1.
You're going to learn later on, and that sheriff has no problem operating on the water. So he's in their pocket.
Like word didn't even get
still
around to Marty, which I guess maybe I don't know how it would have, but I almost feel like this goes to a bigger problem I have. This is maybe more like series wide. He has no backup, no intel gathering in terms of drug business, and for like
who
Marty, he needs they expect him to be so much more than an accountant.
Man,
he needs a lot of support and people that can provide him with information. Anyway, sorry, that's definitely a tangent from what we're talking about, but like that goes throughout the series. I'm like, you can't. Why would you?
No,
that's not efficient.
All right, so we'll keep going over the live lessons, but like I don't understand how the Snells. How long has that preacher been in town? Because they've been around for decades. He hasn't been alive for
It doesn't
tons
seem like
of
more than a
decades.
few years, probably.
Right.
More than like 5 or 6. I mean,
what's their backup?
his flashback,
plan?
he didn't look younger during his flashback where he becomes a preacher.
I don't understand. No.
Like it didn't seem like it would have been more than a few years, probably.
I don't understand how that cripples their whole operation. Because think of
That
how
was their
many
only
ways that could have gone wrong.
It seemed like that's their only distribution.
What were they doing before?
Yeah.
Put it in cows or something? Like, I don't know. It seems preposterous that preacher got to go back on the water or we going to lose everything.
Like, why would they not have already tried to get into the Blue Cat and to use that as a distribution mechanism?
They're lazy.
Why would they have gone?
Lazy.
They're so familiar. I mean, they're familiar with the lane wars. Why not? They're criminals. Why not go to the lane wars, see if they can hook you up?
Right.
So yeah.
Or if the church is gone, why doesn't one of the customers pretend to be a preacher and yell at everybody if it's just about the formality?
Even better. Wow. Yeah.
Right.
That would be a much simpler. That would have been a much simpler.
All
solution.
preachers are genuine and never fake. So it might be hard to ball.
Just a competing riverboat preacher. Like that's wow. That's so simple.
So he's put that big dumb giant up.
Not
there.
even Marty thought of. That's
You put that big dumb giant up there with an iPad with a teleprompter app.
I mean, I feel like Jacob would have been the guy.
He knows the whole Bible. I think he wrote half.
Jacob would have been a very believable preacher. Oh yes, officer, I am preaching the good word.
Yeah.
I love the Lord Jesus.
I preach
He
to
put
all.
the food on my plate every morning.
Even Mexicans.
I mean, his very
Jacob, no Mexicans. Yes, darling, Mexicans.
Very Foghorn Leghorn.
I love him.
I love Jake.
He's
love
about
Jacob.
my favorite character. We told him now, time for talk's over. Time for getting things done. If you're gonna get done, all right.
Sometimes the leaf flies
Number
off
4.
the tree, and sometimes a dog barks in the wind.
It don't never howl back. I want to just keep doing that. That's gonna happen a lot. Okay. Number 4. Look both ways. So, real estate agent dude, I didn't even commit his name to memory.
Who cares?
He looks like if you could poop, if you could shit loogies, it would take his shape. So, look both ways. His mom, on a road where I would think you could hear a car coming from miles away.
And there's no traffic.
There's never any traffic. Manages to get herself run over.
She planned this.
I mean, it seemed like she did. And by the way, folks, if you're gonna do a smoothie and you're gonna put raspberries in there, don't do a podcast at the same time because those little seeds are sticky. All right. I am so sick of people getting hit by vehicles in movies and shows constantly. Let me tell y'all something, folks.
Brad recently saw Mean Girls and he is triggered.
Yeah, I can't handle seeing this shit twice in a few
Do
months.
people not ever hit the brakes?
Listen, look, there are 300. I did some research. There are 325 deaths per year caused by getting hit by a bus in the country. Okay, that is It's like you have like a 0.0000375% chance. Like it's 495,000 to 1 odds, which is about the same as dying in a train crash. So this just is not. People are just not getting hit by buses or even. Well, it was a bus. What was it? Oh, was it a car?
It was like a dump truck or something.
It was something big. I found a flaw in my research.
Was it a garbage truck?
I did bus. I looked at people run over by bus.
Bus?
Well, it's going to be even smaller.
It was because of that damn.
You want to know like just any automobile
getting run over.
I mean, it's not going to be a lot. I can't imagine it being a lot
No,
higher. But
it's the odds are the odds are greater. I'm sure if you add in all vehicles. All right, whatever. It doesn't happen that often. Although you have seen someone get hit by a car, just in your.
I've seen
short
multiple.
time on
I've
this
actually
earth.
seen multiple people get hit by cars.
Okay. All right.
Okay then.
You know what?
Those are
Scratch what
my
I
best
said.
stories, actually.
It just goes back to look both ways. We're gonna tell that story on this podcast at one point. It's pretty great. All right, number 5. Don't call a redneck in their own house.
Ooh,
You
That's-
can't
you know-
handle the truth.
it should be obvious, probably, but
It was kind of dumb. Dale is fairly arrogant, but I would think traveling down into that holler in the Ozarks and seeing their operation and you can just look at Darlene and you can tell that she's manic and wild and just odd to me that he was so brazen because of course they heard it. That house is like a coffin. There's so much damn wood paneling in there. So it just ricochets off. And then of course he's going to repeat, which anybody worth their salt, if they say something and somebody says, "What'd you say?" You got to repeat. You're not going to not say what you said unless you're just a pushover. So of course he's going to say redneck. But anyway, life lesson.
yeah, I mean, I was kind of with it, and I kind of
With what?
love Darlene and also despise Darlene, but
Right.
I was with her on that one.
Yeah,
Like, fuck this guy.
yeah, basically.
I like the mentality of who the fuck are you?
Yeah, right,
Yeah,
like-
I mean, it's
Disrespected me in my own house.
But do you kill someone when they disrespect you in your own house?
If you're keeping
you
it
should be
real.
able to.
Okay.
I mean, if you don't want to keep
If
it
you're
real, then
Darlene,
just let
you
it
do.
go. Yeah. There's millions
If
of
you're
millions.
Darlene, you do it.
Oh, you
It's
can't.
what you do.
You're kicked out of the Darlene Club if you don't do that.
Well, because Marty's reaction is pretty amazing. To your point, like what did you do? Like why? Like
yeah.
he called you a redneck. Does he say? I don't even remember if he said. It makes me in my imagination. He's like, oh, he just called you a redneck.
What does she say later?
Like can't they just say something mean back?
Yeah.
Like
They clearly don't mind slurs. So like,
Right.
yeah, like she.
They let the shotguns do the talking. Number 6, and just a great moment in that series when later she's like, maybe I shouldn't have shot that Mexican.
Oh yeah.
yeah. Maybe you shouldn't have.
Perhaps not.
Perhaps not. The narrator. In fact, she shouldn't have shot that Mexican. Number 6, check the dock because apparently, you can just wire up a dock to shock people, mice, very simply. Like, you don't even have to have a high school education. You can just wire
Take
the
some wires
dock.
out and drop them in the water.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about maybe the source like shorting out or
No.
anything like that. I
That's
don't know.
not a
I'm not an
problem.
electrician, but I'm just kind of like,
Like
man,
it.
it feels like, is it really just? Can you just drop some wire in? Like I guess maybe. You hear about? I mean,
So that
you hear
is
about
different.
live wires all the time. So
Yeah. There is a problem with oh my gosh, what is it called?
What's the distance? I'm sorry.
There's electric drowning where electricity like seeps out from the dock and people
Yeah,
have
it does,
drowned.
yeah.
But that wasn't as Chris Evans
That's
was,
exposed.
as Cap would say, this ain't that.
Exposed wires though. I mean, probably. So maybe.
Yeah, but this was a little. It doesn't happen like how it happened in Ozark.
I mean, fried chicken.
They just
so.
get kind of frozen.
Well, you can't. Yeah, like your nervous system
Yeah.
seizes out. But like, what's the radius of the
that was
the death?
my thing. Is well,
Well, it was great. He grabbed. I felt so bad for. I mean, Boyd's stupid, but like, he grabs Russ and of course he gets locked in. Basically, it's like, damn, that's just ridiculous. It was kind of like a moment of levity, but I don't think it was supposed to be. But it was kind of funny. So.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Josh. We have the How to Be a Criminal with Ruth Langmore. I think we've actually posted that. That is a hell of a watch. Number 7. Kyle, wait, I put that on there, didn't I?
You played? Yes.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Josh Edley says, if you only drive or travel on a road in Ozark if you plan to die.
yes.
Every time you see somebody driving on a road,
There
life
is
lesson, stay off the road.
They inject a feeling of dread
Yes.
to people on the road. Yeah.
God help you if you're on a bike. You're not getting kidnapped if you're on a bike on a road in Ozark.
I
Like,
forgot they did that
just
twice.
just get on.
You're skipping that. That's okay.
Get on a bike for 5 seconds and see what happens. You're gonna get kidnapped. Number 7, never underestimate the elderly. I don't have a lot of witty shit around that one. I just dig Buddy.
I mean, why not go sitting nude on your own dock, especially if you know you're gonna be dead soon. I love it.
I think that's an Otis Redding song.
YOLO.
And I like that. What's that?
YOLO.
Yeah. And I like that he wasn't fazed by the family that moved in. I mean, now I'm doing it.
He doesn't get phased. Buddy phases others. Thank you. How many feds? Number 8, life lesson. Wait, this
are a lot of.
So this is more just a
agents,
question. This isn't a lesson.
I guess I do like that. Are a lot of federal agents maniacal criminals? I feel like you see it a lot in TV.
He is nuts.
I feel like it seems to be something I find more than I would expect in media. When I'm consuming media, you see this kind of trope, and this guy is off the rails as any. I mean, you do not expect a federal agent to be following the law if you're on a TV show, because he is going to break the law and do some he is going to be nearly as much of a villain as the villains.
I mean, he works over a drug dealer and gets his. There's some weird shit going on with him. That he's the child of an addict, and he uses that as a weapon against the CI, which is strange. But what's the show with Lee Schreiber on Showtime? It's a single name. He's a fixer. But there is an FBI agent on that one that was a nut. Like, that's one of the main things I remember that series. He's a nut. He's been in a lot of stuff. He was in Daredevil. Anyway, yeah. So, all right.
Not much to say. This maybe belongs in some of the categories later.
Yeah.
So we can, if you think we need to skip over some of these, that's fine.
Number 9.
Oh, yeah.
I like this one. Take it. This is yours.
Always check the groin. If you're going to buy breeding pets, check the groin.
Particularly exotic.
What a great moment when Ruth, just yet another opportunity for her to tell Boyd and Russ how stupid they are. They bought 2 female bobcats. Just wonderful.
Who hasn't though, man? I was shopping for bobcats the other day. I ended up just getting 3, but you really gotta look.
She said something like they're gonna fucking scissor, something like that.
God, Jesus, Ruth.
Yeah, just the
very
best.
darling.
She gets the best dialogue.
She loves to paint the picture.
She does. She's very graphic. She's like if Shakespeare had sex with Mark Twain and then they watched The Sopranos all the seasons and they binged every episode and then they had a daughter, and then that's what she would sound like. When you okay, yeah, this is a good one, Kyle.
When you wear a wire, don't ask questions as though you're wearing a wire.
Oh my God! Russ interrogating Ruth. He's so bad at this. Trying to get her to incriminate herself is maybe the best shit on season 1.
Maybe he was secretly not wanting her to be incriminated and wanting Petty to think that he was trying to get her, but secretly he was like...
He was being so overt as to tip her off.
I wish he were that smart that he could have done that, but...
Well, if he's as good of a strategist as he is a singer of Nirvana songs, then that's season 2. I want the Russ Langmore album where he covers.
They should have let him do that during season
the whole
1.
Nirvana unplugged album.
Like, we find out he could have had like a whole life where he was just like he could have been like a local performer, semi-famous
performer at the Blue Cat Saturday night.
Beard.
Yeah, I mean he was good.
Yeah.
What song was it? Man Who Sold the World?
So. Oh God, he sang. I mean, I don't know if maybe I love it more than Petty.
A little bit.
It was amazing.
I do that a lot though when I'm watching it myself. So.
Okay, and we come back to as if you're wearing a wire. It was literally like, Ruth, tell me again your plan in detail.
It's clearly near my neck.
Yeah, let me lean in. I just want to know, how are you going to kill Marty Bird? Oh my God. Okay.
I need to hear you say the words.
I will kill Marty Bird. And I call him a fuck nugget and walk off.
So when you see someone thrown from a roof, always slowly walk back to your car.
Marty is ice cold.
That was brilliant. Oh my God. When her lover, which I think his nickname was, I was looking at this, Sugarwood? For Gary or whatever.
Yeah, who hasn't been called Sugarwood?
But yeah. her lover that was the first
Her
episode.
lover.
Her slapper.
You sound like that Will Ferrell skit that he used to do where he was in the hot tub with Rachel Dratch. Come here, my lover. But
yeah, that guy gets tossed and he just it's a splat, and then Mario just kind of just turns around, walks back to his car.
it's the most like, all right, I love actors even sometimes when I'm like, you're just playing yourself. That's the most Jason Bateman reaction to somebody getting tossed right onto the ground, like from a building and landing in front. Like that is so consistent. Whether that's Hancock, Arrested Development, Horrible Bosses, that is going to be his reaction when the dude hits. And it's the sound. The sound guy should win an award. That sounded like 5 watermelons smacking the pavement at once.
That's what helps Marty sleep at night. Remember?
Oh, the sound that he says that.
Oh my God.
Oh, one of the best lines in there. Oh, goodness. All right. Yeah, that's so great.
So Tuck is just awesome. By the way.
I guess the life lesson would be just find yourself a friend like Tuck.
He hooks up Jonah with a straw purchase of that just mega rifle.
What is that phrase?
Straw purchase. It's basically when you're not
straw purchase.
I think it's like when you're not allowed to buy something. In this case, like obviously, the Jonah being a minor can't buy a gun, so he gets Tuck to go in and buy it for him. Yeah, like he just does it, and he totally just like, yep, I'm here for a gun, and then he just walks out and gives it to Jonah. So cool.
The only downside, Tuck's a bit of
maybe not cool, but in the show it's cool. In real life, not cool.
So
but
have you a friend like that?
Disclaimer: not cool in real life. On the show, great for Jonah.
But what do you think Jonah's word? Is there a reality where he hands Jonah the receipt and he's like, dude, he upsold you on everything.
Like Jonah would know that.
I just told you to get the gun. You got a fucking night scope on this thing, man. Like, and the
Jonah does
strap.
the research.
He does.
He knows exactly what he wants.
He does precisely. And then he's like a weird squirrel. He gets his guns and immediately buries him in the woods like a strange little creature. Very Morty. He's very Morty-esque in certain ways. All right. Final life lesson from season 13.
Okay.
You can it's easy to find $50 million if you just know how to listen to
It's easy to find things that are hidden in places that you would never guess just by random luck.
We're talking about Rachel finding the $50 million in the cabin. She knew, but did she know it was
suspicious.
in there?
I don't think she knew what was. No, I think she was suspicious of why they were in there, and I think that's as far as it went. And she got in there, and she's like I think she knew they hid money somewhere, and she's like starts knocking on. Like I don't know. It just seemed when it happened, I was like, you got to be shitting me.
I'm an expert knocker. I am a natural stud finder, not as much as Courtney.
And but if it's everywhere, it's uniform. So how would you tell a difference?
Well, didn't it go?
Did she remember the sound of the hollow walls? Because they filled the entire room, didn't they?
She's like, I do knock on this often, and it sounds different tonight.
I knocked on this fucking wall yesterday, and it was. But now it's like,
I mean, I was like, what? There's so many problems with that.
You hate Rachel.
I don't hate Rachel. I don't like plot for plot's sake, and that felt like it's not as bad as
you've never said you hate Rachel. I don't know where that came from.
No, I mean Charlotte, but
leave Charlotte alone.
Is she? Oh,
but no, like it just felt like it was on the verge of plot for plot's sake. Like, well, we need this to happen, so she's doing this. Like, okay, but like it's not super thin. Like, yes, she had suspicion. She knew they were in there doing some dirt. I get it, but like, man, anyway, it needed to happen. Whatever. I got over it pretty quick, but yeah.
It's a well-written show. There's not too much.
Nothing's perfect. Nothing is perfect. No writing is perfect.
She's so suspicious. Yeah, I mean, I'll roll with it. The main thing I don't roll with.
You probably didn't have a huge problem with it.
I did.
Yeah.
The main thing I have a problem with is the Snells. The Snells, like, just how are they operating with impunity? Like, how have they not drawn? And this is
what could they have on that sheriff?
What's that?
Yeah, seriously.
But they don't control all law enforcement in the state of Missouri.
Seems like they do.
Like the state, I don't know what you call. We got the TBI here. I guess you call them the MBI there.
Missouri State Police.
That'd be pretty cool to be a MBI. You're almost a man in black.
Yeah.
Well, I just now thought about that.
Oh, the Missouri Investigation Bureau.
Like they would be all up. They're growing Dorothy and Oz levels of poppy fields out back, and everybody knows it's there, and yet they're like, "We just grow for flower." Bullshit! Nobody does that. Anyway, okay, let's save that because I'm very passionate about the fact that the snails should have gone down a long time ago. Anyway, okay.
Any comments? Let's check.
Let's check. We got a like, so we're doing the Lord's work.
Yeah.
All right.
Season 1 was brilliant.
It's my fave.
The fact that my only real plot gripe is something that was still plausible with her finding that it was just phenomenal. We'll go through, and I think I probably have more issues with as the series goes on. Honestly, as far as if I were to rank it, it would probably go 1, 2, and then 3. But
it's not. I go 2, 1, 3.
Okay, yeah. The reason I like 1 so much, like we were talking about this, is that there is this sense of that they're not in control of it. And it's so believable that if you can believe that a person and family could be in this situation, the way that things unfold felt so chaotic and they were not. They were just barely hanging on at every step of the way, and I really like that. That to me felt like the strongest thing about the show.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry,
we can move on. I love it, and I'll tell you right now why. I mean, it's one reason I think it's. I don't want to say it's. I hate comparing art, different pieces of art. I'm saying I hate it. I love it. I do it all the time. I find myself, I much more enjoy this show way more than Breaking Bad. Way, it's not even close how much more I enjoy this show. It's just fun to me because this one, and they actually say this is not always great writing, where shit keeps happening to the characters. They don't necessarily initiate.
They're just reacting to
right. Yeah. They're constantly reacting. Sometimes that's a critique from critics, but I like it in this show. In Breaking Bad, he's usually causing most of his own problems. He actually has things going really good at several different.
Blows it up.
And people would say, "Yeah, Brad, he's self-destructive. That's the point." And I get it. It's just not.
There's an issue. I watched it more recently. I actually just watched it last fall, Breaking Bad, and I just found it. To me, it seemed like the point of the show, but I hated Walter White. Throughout the entire, because he's such a. Not only is he a dick, but he lets his just such fragile ego drive him down into madness and creates most of the problems that he's having to deal with. Yeah. And he causes other people to die and have problems. And so, versus what's cool is I think when I like comparing it because obviously there aren't tons of shows that are set in this such a similar setting. Sorry to say the word set and setting, same sentence.
Come on, man. Get off the source.
But it's cool to see a compare. I mean, they're not the same. Obviously, he was the cook. Marty's the money man. But it's interesting to see them in a similar setting and how they're dealing with it.
I'll say it's great that they both take such a completely different take on this person who's your average Joe and Joanna get thrust into a situation. Ozark does a much better job.
You want Wendy with you, I can't remember the wise. I can't remember the wise thing.
Who cares? That's her name.
Wendy's the shit.
Wet Mop. That's
and
her
this
name.
Probably comes more to play. We'll cover seasons 2 and 3 because season 1 was I love Laura Linney. I love getting to see her just dealing with feeling such guilt about the situation that she's helped create and trying to contribute, but not really knowing what she can do, especially early on. I love getting to see that part of it. And then obviously things change quite a bit as the series goes on.
She's amazing.
You get to see moments. There are plenty of moments in season 1 where she basically throws it down. It's I'm about to break this shit down for you, and you're going to do what I want.
It's where they do such an amazing job with her, but they struggle with Charlotte. I don't dislike Charlotte. I actually have a lot of sympathy for her. She seems like somebody who really wants some guidance and some help, and she's just not getting it. Joan is a bit of a nut, and I love it. Joan is a bit of a nut, so he's kind of like he's like one of those little IVAC, those little. What do you call him? He's like one of those little
the little robot. Zumba. Yeah.
You can just set it to go and it just roves and it just does things. Charlotte's more like a normal human teenager.
You can because he's younger, so you expect him to probably adapt a little quicker and just roll with it.
Yeah. They give him the writers obviously prefer Jonah, and that actress actually does a really good job, I think, of keeping her sympathetic despite she keeps doing stupid shit, and it's just a problem. We had this problem on Homeland.
I actually tend to like her more as the series goes on, but like
Yeah.
season 1 gave me the notion of I refer to now people as like you're being a real Charlotte. Like,
That's terrible. I love it. All right.
you shrewded
You
it.
shrewded it. That's a thing they're saying when someone screws up. They're saying that. Yeah, they're saying you. I don't say it, but okay. So you hate this category. I love it.
Okay.
So we're doing.
I did participate though. So, yeah.
Who's winning season 1? Drug cartels, and this really is going to go for me for all seasons. They are so effective.
Are they though? I mean, well, okay. I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
Well, the cartel leader is. I just love. They're just so buttoned up. They've got their business together. They're making millions. He leases the van back to him. But look, I have a fascination with drug cartels. I've watched every season of Narcos. I've watched documentaries about drug cartels. Like I cannot get enough of this. But I find them just to be highly effective, and I find the Navarro cartel to be. Well, I don't want to get into season 3 because there are some chinks in his armor, but
I found it to be just the whole way it starts. I feel like it's very sloppy and ineffective on Dell's part.
you thought I didn't think he was sloppy. I think he did exactly what he wanted to do.
I think he probably already knew that Bruce was the problem and not Marty, and he should have just taken Bruce out. Boom, done. Like no fuss, no nothing.
No
he
fuss,
just
no
disappears. I don't know. Yeah, it's funny because I actually view them as kind of. I mean, they clearly have a vast
think
network.
They're flying by the seat of their pants.
I think this comes up. Like, I'm not going to be like it comes up later. I think Marty points it out. Like, what are we doing, guy? Like, what are we doing? let me be the guy who runs. He is a money man. He is not a drug kingpin. Kingpin. He's not a lieutenant in the organization. They ask him to do all this shit. That has nothing to do with money man.
You're right there.
And that's super ineffective. He needs a drug cartel project manager.
He does.
He needs probably a business analyst.
Yeah, you're right. The Navarro cartel has not been through Six Sigma. This guy needs
specialization of efforts.
Yes, he needs a support staff, and they don't even give him an executive.
He brings this up. I'm thinking he's like, I'm just the money.
Okay,
deal with it. Like, well, I mean,
okay. I'm starting to reverse my feelings on this because
you and I agree on this a lot.
There are times when I feel like, I'm reversing. There are times when I feel like the cartel, the Navarro cartel, is just sitting back in Mexico, like gambling on whether or not he's going to fail.
It's crazy.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, I would send people in with vaults. Like, okay, we're going to help you store this money.
The Snells are not going to be a problem.
Oh, God. Oh, man. Yeah.
Are you kidding me? And look, I'll give you on this point. In season 3, one of the other cartels proves that you can go fuck some shit up in America if you want to.
Yeah.
And they do, big time.
Yeah.
And all they had to do,
just
like you and I, we differ on how many people the Snells have. What they don't have is as many people as the cartel has.
I mean, that's for sure. For sure.
All right.
Well, at least before season 3.
So why?
We'll get there.
Yeah. Wires are winning this series. They are a prominent character toward the back half of season 1. It's very cool. Russ and Rachel and their wires.
You'd almost expect to make a trip to Baltimore, maybe.
Oh, Amsterdam. Well done. Drink. Okay.
Maybe.
I'm sure you want to talk about this. Internet Magic is winning the series.
You can, when you sit in front of a computer, anything is possible. You just slap the keyboard.
Slap that keyboard.
You call it, monkey pawing.
Oh, wait, what's this?
Monkey pawing. People refer to as a software.
People who are in the know.
You refer to typically bad users as like they monkey, like when they're doing stupid shit. And like
people
how they
who
create
know
problems.
call that monkey pawing. I like that.
It's also represented. I don't know if there's a good name for it, but the typing cat that's sitting there, the gif of the cat just slapping away. That's probably a better. Yeah. I mean, look, I love Jonah, but like he's what is he like 12, 13 maybe?
Yeah. Yeah.
He has had like a conversation with his dad on how to do this, and then he immediately is just getting into all of it. And he's like, all right, I'm going. I can do anything on the internet I want to do. And even Marty to an extent. I mean, I guess he's been doing it for a while, but it seems to be that he's able. They even refer to it as like, what does Dell say at the beginning? Like it's like magic. Like he can he can make 100 million disappear, like spit on a hot plate or something like that.
Spit on a.
So I don't know. It's represented, and I'm sure, but like there's more work to it than it's probably not even worth spending this much time on. But there's more work to most of this stuff on the computer than it seems like.
Well, season 3's got a real bad case of this.
Yeah.
All right. The F word you wrote. Kyle wrote the F word as noun, verb, adjective, adverb, participle.
Participle English teacher.
Like present, past.
I always have pronounced it that.
And gerund form, all the forms.
Gerund.
I mean, there's a great video that's pretty old about the F word.
The F word. It's
And this is courtesy of Ruth, pretty much exclusively.
Yeah.
She just is a. She can fashion the F word in ways that I never imagined.
She would be at home in Deadwood.
Yeah.
Deadwood would be like, you're an innovator.
Yeah.
Inventor of fuck nut and fuck nugget.
Fuck nut, yeah.
Very good.
Fuck nugget is I love it.
You're welcome.
I too. I'm gonna get that tattooed on my back. Who's losing this series? FBI agents, and this goes for all seasons. Like we're just doing season 1. These guys are so incompetent. They are so easy to manipulate. They're way out of control. They are basically Leonardo DiCaprio from Wolf of Wall Street. Like that's how hard they go. They're nuts.
They remind me of Grey's Anatomy, and that they're like, personal life, job, committing crimes.
Yeah.
They're basically Katherine Heigl clipping
Yeah, oh,
cords
wow.
all day. Agent Petty just tried to save Denny by clipping his cord. So FBI agents are losing the series. Teenage girls are losing the series. Although, shout out to Lydia from Walking Dead, who I did not realize made her first appearance on season 1. Didn't know that. I still watch Walking Dead. The girl, she tells Charlotte you should come out with us or something. She's a brunette.
Okay.
Yeah, she ends up playing Lydia. And she actually is. She's one of the few. She's actually really, really good on Walking Dead. She's one of the few bright spots left.
I mean, Ruth is technically a teen. I think she's 18,
Right.
19. So.
She's fucking 17 going on 40. As bad boys would say, but we won't say what he said. She doesn't actually look it. I don't know. Sometimes I just ramble on and I need to stop. The summer people. So when I see this, the only thing I can think of is that I can just hear the guy saying, we depend on the summer people for our money.
Yeah, you know, yeah.
The mayor.
The Jaws mayor.
Jaws mayor, man. The summer people are losing this series. Is it weird that I thought that guy that Charlotte hooks up with, they didn't make him like even 50% as douchey as they could have? Like I thought he was just kind of a mannequin.
Yeah.
Yes, but also it's kind of cool that they didn't dwell on that thing that we didn't really care about, but just like needed to know.
That's a great point.
Oh wow,
No, you actually nailed something right there. They don't dwell on the shit we don't care about.
From the
Exactly.
get-go.
That should be like the subheadline. It should be called Ozark: we won't dwell on the shit you don't care about.
Warning: you cannot take a bathroom break. You will sit here and enjoy every moment.
Yeah. He's like, you'll be like,
I'm ready for this person to go, and like it usually happens within an episode. Yeah.
The Charlotte scene's about to hit 4 minutes and 4. Oh, next scene. Okay. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. They move right on. What? Who's losing the series? I also put Wires. Russ, Russ, Rachel.
They don't work very well.
Well, they don't work real well when you keep telling people basically you're wearing a wire.
Yeah.
Russ is like, speak into my chest and tell me how you're going to kill the birds. And then Rachel's like, wink, wink.
Is that season 1? I don't think that's
I
season
don't
1.
know. That's
That
not.
wasn't
It's
season
season 2.
Whoopsie.
Who did we lose too soon?
That is season 1, so we can't cover that.
Yeah, we can. Dell. I loved Dell.
I was ready.
I was not.
I wasn't ready.
I wasn't. He is just a smooth criminal. Like he's not a smooth criminal, but he's just he's so suave, and I love just when he talks and like he never stutters.
I like
stammers.
it too. Yeah.
He's like Latin Marty Bird kind of.
God.
Yeah.
What? Do y'all remember? You don't. You were Clear and Present Danger, Kyle, when they realized who the mole, the bad guy working for the cartel is, and because Harrison Ford goes, she described him as her boyfriend. He's like, who's her boyfriend? Well, she described him as a Latin Jack Ryan.
Gosh.
Hey, it works in the thing.
Yeah.
I'm not doing
I know,
it
but even
justice.
that probably didn't hold up. Anyway, we may have to skip the next one. Not really season one.
So look, we can say it in terms of season 1. Who have we not lost?
I mean, mine still holds.
Yeah, like folks, we may have lost these people in 2 and 3. We're not saying that, but in season 1, okay, who have we not lost soon enough? I have Darlene and Wyatt. You have Wyatt, number 2 Wyatt, number 3 Wyatt. Do you want to talk about Wyatt?
I hate him more than it's hard to really express how much I hate him.
You don't have the words. They should have sent a poet.
Yeah, like I'm thinking like the Negan bat would be one way I'd like to see it done.
It's like when I'm stressed, I visualize him getting his head.
I mean, I want to watch that head get caved in through so many mechanisms. I despise him. And he's also not a good actor.
No, he's
and
a bad
it really
actor.
frustrates the hell out of me to watch him in this show with other really good actors. The constant pursed lips and then it gets worse as the series goes on. So like that's why but it applies. I wanted him dead I was hoping he would have been on that boat. I wanted him to go and it didn't happen. And it just keeps anyway. Yeah. He's just the worst.
He is the worst, and clearly, and Courtney, you notice this, all the affectations, like we're going to dip. He reaches his apex in season 3 of, I'm going to do all my acting with my mouth.
I can go on this a lot. Like I've got some stuff for season 3. So
okay, yeah,
we'll have a segment for season 2 and season 3 where Kyle can just discuss at Wyatt.
Oh, there's stuff with. I mean, in season 1, it's just all the pouting, just the constant fucking pouting, and I get it. It's like, but like. In season 1, he doesn't have a lot of reason to be so pouty and morose, and that's why I think I hate him.
What movie is it? He's so morose.
His dad is dead.
But that's the end of season 1.
Whoa, Courtney! Whoa! Lawyer for the
1.
accused over
here. That happens in
right?
season 1, but that's the end. I'm saying like he's that way like the whole season.
Have you seen where he lives?
Yeah,
pretty cool.
It's an amazing view. They grill out every night.
They're a very tight family with their little trailer park village.
They each have like almost their own trailer.
I did not hate Wyatt in season 1. It was not until season 2 that I really hated him.
What gets me is like everyone keeps talking about how smart he is. He's got this brain. He's so smart. Like he seems like a fuck nugget, Rude.
Nice.
He's just. And he he really embraces it. Like, you can tell he really likes that and like plays it up. And like, what evidence do we have of this? Oh my god! He reads a lot, so he must be a genius.
There's like a whole sociological, psychological study of that's a whole nother thing. The myth, the myth
of the secret genius.
I don't even mean like Good Will Hunting. Yeah. I mean like. The more ignorant you seem, somehow the more wise you are. Like that's been mythologized. We should. I don't know. We maybe should. I don't know.
I've expressed why I hated him in season 1. I think pretty thoroughly.
Well, so I don't like.
We'll come back to this for each season.
He's got a lot of skin tags. All right.
Oh shit.
Most unbelievable thing in season 1. My main thing is Agent Petty. I don't. Yeah. I don't understand. Like, do they not have like yearly reviews with their agents? Like, this guy's just. I feel like when Al Pacino. What's the movie where he screams, "Working without a wire here"? Like, what? Yeah, I'm out here without a wire. Like he's a tightroper, or I'm working without a net. Like he says something like that. No, I don't even know what it is. Like he's just like, yeah. Like I just feel like Agent Petty's got Pacino brain. Like late stage Pacino brain. Rachel finding the money in the wall.
Well, they want him to seem like he's just really capable, like badass Elliot Ness, and he's so not. No. And it's not believable. So yeah.
Well, and how they get rid of him off the case is unbelievable.
Was it Trevor? Was that the other FBI agent, Trevor Evans? Yeah. Like what's funny is you almost get like this contrast too of like a guy who in season 1. Who's definitely more of like a typical FBI agent playing things by the book. So it almost makes it more extreme, which I guess that's what they were going for. But like,
yes, that's what you're going for.
Yeah. So
Book of Mormon.
That's a great. Like when I saw that, I was like, yes, Agent Petty.
Yeah. Wait, he's in season 2, right?
Yes.
Okay. Whoopsies.
People have already seen this.
Everybody's seen this. People are like. Who is the weirdo that's only watched season 1? Like who Who are you? You might. Well, okay. You probably actually have children or a life. Well, wait. None of us have a life
Not
anymore.
right now. Watch it.
Yeah, watch it. Most believable.
We already
thing.
covered the Rachel.
Yeah, we covered that. Most believable thing. Marty talking his way out of things. I feel like I could put a gun to his head and be like, explain chaos theory like in an understandable non-Jeff Goldblum way, and he would just rattle it off. He'd be like, explain Interstellar. He could do it in 30 seconds. There'd be no problems.
That's my favorite. I mean, probably it's Jason Bateman. It's definitely my favorite part of this show.
When
I think they move away from it as the series goes on. Like season 1, you get a lot of it, which is probably also why it's my favorite. It's him breaking it down is just the best.
Yeah, it's at their own it's to their detriment.
And it starts
when they move
that's
away.
It starts like his desperate gambit on the Ozarks is just brilliant.
I got this man.
He had a pamphlet. Oh my god! Can I just shout out to Bruce? That guy was on the show. Was it called Ed? The show
Ed.
Ed.
Yeah, it was Ed.
The NBC comedy or kind
Was
of
it called
dramedy.
Ed? He owned the bowling alley.
I don't know if it was called Ed, but I'll just call it Ed because that was the guy.
Ed in the bowling alley.
Yeah, he was good in that. I haven't really seen him in a lot since then. So.
No.
And I was actually really excited. I was like, oh, he's going to be on the show. Yeah.
He got some flashbacks. That was cool.
We did get a flashback. Was that season 1?
I think it was season 2. I think you get more into the Dell backstory and all that stuff.
Nope, that was Kaleidoscope. Yeah, it was season 1.
Was it season 1? Okay.
Yeah.
I said it was.
So I remember being a little frustrated about that episode. I was like, I don't like flashbacks.
Oh, I liked it.
Don't like flashback episode. You passed it.
Well,
you could have started that way, but you didn't.
I'm a very linear.
I'm super heavy linear. Like, don't take me back.
No,
you should have started there. You wanted to start there.
And they actually do a brilliant job with the 5 minutes ago.
That episode? Yeah. Oh, that's different.
But see,
that's very different.
But they don't. Then they
that was one of the most brilliant things I've ever seen in filmmaking.
Yeah.
Like, that was good Lord. That was my God. Yeah.
But they don't. But they don't even do it the whole episode.
No, it was just like a small segment to get you started on the episode.
See, Breaking Bad hits me wrong in a lot of like my sensitive parts because like the whole teasing to me what will happen by the end of the show at the start of the show. I hate that shit. Like a great example of Breaking Bad is there's an eyeball floating around in the pool. And it turns out there was an explosion.
Oh, you mean season 2 and they did that gray little scene of like something happened at the end? I don't ever like, and then like, I hate that shit. I feel like you're wasting my time. Like I already saw what happened. Extinction did it. That shitty movie on Netflix.
Yo,
don't watch it. Don't.
Just
save your. Just watch literally anything else. Watch Ozark again.
He shoots a guy in the face. That's cool. All right.
He's not Thor in it.
Well,
you want him to be Thor, and he's not Thor.
No.
The only reason we want to watch it.
I know.
Is because Thor, and he's not Thor.
Wendy, okay, most believable thing. I'm gonna push through that. One for season 2. Wendy as a real estate agent.
I totally buy it, like 100%. What do you think?
Oh yeah, definitely.
I think I have bought a house from her.
I was sitting there thinking about what is like something that like someone got put in a situation, and I'm like, yep, and it was like when she, and then taking it from Sam.
Oh, Sam.
I was like, yeah, I can buy that too.
Oh, Sam. All right, finally.
You want? That's true. I gotta wait on that one.
All right, so we want to do the top.
We can't do any of these.
We can't do any of these.
I guess we can do top 3 kills of season 1.
Are there even 3 kills in season 1? Girl in bathroom.
We've kind of already covered this. I feel like we're
Bruce. No,
I think we're done.
Okay.
I think we've covered this season 1 pretty good. I think this is
top 3.
What else you got?
You guys have some good kills to look forward
top
to.
3 kills.
Dell was season. Yeah, that's probably the top kill. The top kill of season 1 would probably be Dell for me.
I liked seeing the cartel goon go. Like he was.
Oh yeah. That made
you've got that up there, Buddy. Give Buddy a lot of credit.
We'll have to say my number 1.
I've got bullets. He didn't say that line, which is why it's a good show. But like, if I'm writing it, he's like, "This one's loaded."
Yeah, apologies to the window. It was cool.
Because the goon's like, "But that gun ain't got no bullets either." He's like, "Oh, this gun's loaded," and then he fires. I want to pitch that.
Oh,
I want to
man.
get Jason Bateman's phone number. Like, we got to punch this script up a little bit. There needs to be moments.
Oh, then probably if I were to do top 3 of season 1, it would be Darlene. It'd be Buddy, and then it would be the dump truck with Sam's mom.
Oh, see, I can't because I'm against it. But the mouse, that might be my number one kill.
Man.
Because it hurts me. I'm way more
See,
upset
for me,
about
part of
that
this
mouse
is like, how much did I like seeing it? That's part of it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I didn't
hated
like
that
seeing
fucking
that.
Poor little mouse.
Yeah, I didn't too. Like, it got me in the feels in a way that, like, Sam's mom,
It's weird that
Dale, Cartel Goon.
It's weird that the Russ Boyd thing didn't make my list. It just, I don't know.
It would have been fun if they could have killed one of those summer people.
I mean, like, you hate Russ, but kind of like Russ too.
I felt really bad.
Yeah.
For his whole.
I hated Boyd. I mean, he could go, but yeah, Russ. It's like, oh, dang, I didn't like you, but now I kind of like you. Now they're gone.
I was not happy. That guy is a really good actor. I'm not gonna say the show missed him because they do such a good job of cycling in. They just do such a good job of which actors and storylines for the most part. Like, they do a brilliant job with that. But man, he was good. He was so good. I really like that character. I think they left a little bit on the floor with him. Maybe like I feel like sort of like Klay Thompson when he was like scoring runs. He had like 60 something. And they had him start the fourth quarter, and Steve Kerr's like, I don't want you getting hurt. It's like, no, leave him in. I feel like that's what they did to Russ. Russ was really heating up, and it was like, no, we're gonna sit you. We're gonna sit you down. But you can watch The Outsider if you want. He's equally good on The Outsider on HBO. I feel like I had one other thing to say, but I don't remember.
Who's kind of like just for me the last? Who would you say is like by the end of season 1? Who's kind of? I feel like a Game of Thrones thing. Who's winning the Iron Throne? Like by the end of season 1, who do you think? By the end of that season, who's most likely to come out on top?
Well, Dell's out.
Yeah, I mean definitely. And don't try not to bleed into like it's hard to do this without like not thinking of the other seasons.
So you've got 3 nominees.
This is series though, so
series?
That's more of my series. So for me,
I have a problem.
If I were to say season 1, season 1, I'd probably say.
Are we talking?
Ruth?
Yeah,
I feel like I'd say by the end of
Ruth.
season 1, I feel like I would say Ruth.
Are we talking who we're rooting for, or who we think has the most logical
by the end of
chance?
season 1, who's like trending toward really kind of, if this were about King, if this were like last person standing, by the end of season 1, who would you pick?
Is it not Tuck?
Nice. Yeah, maybe it is Tuck.
It's not Rachel because she is a shit show. Oh boy, Marty wants out. I don't know that you don't really get that as much.
He's slippery though.
He is slippery. He doesn't want it. So he's very Jon Snowish in that way. He does not. He doesn't want it. He just wants. He just wants to move down there and hang out with Crocodile Dundee in fucking Australia.
Not this season.
Okay, I'm not good at this. Let's see. You've got Jonah.
This is serious. That's for the series though. We don't probably do that yet.
You got Jonah and Marty. I'm leaving out the third person because we haven't
know
met
him
that
yet.
person yet.
But actually, I was judging by the series. If I were doing it by season 1, I think I would say Ruth.
Mm-hmm.
She just doesn't have the.
I feel like she's trending up the most at the end of season 1, toward ending up on top.
Maybe the principal at this kid's school. No, that doesn't work.
Definitely trying to get.
Oh, Jonah's not old enough. Charlotte's not human enough. I mean, I feel like if Buddy can just get this heart thing under control,
Maybe
he could low key just get his claws in, because he pretty much runs the birds by the end of season 1. Like they're gonna do what he said. They do what he says. Oh, there's a lot of low key energy, a lot of low key like big ball energy coming from that funeral home director. He just stands his ground with Wendy, man, on the cost. I don't know. I think I'm out of jokes.
Okay.
Maybe Jonah. I like your pick, Jonah. I mean, to me, it's just Marty. It's just Marty because he is the smartest person in the room.
You're saying at the end of season 1.
At the end of season 1, it's Marty because Wendy hasn't had her ascendance. Jonah's a child.
That's why I didn't say. Even though
I just don't
For
think
right
Ruth.
now, I
What resources does Ruth have?
she's potentially, her dad's gonna be getting out of jail soon.
That's true. She's so scared of her dad. How can she be winning?
She's started. She's really
Maybe.
She started to worm her way into the Bird Enterprise at this point. So
That's true. Okay.
she's almost making herself indispensable.
Courtney, you have a winner season 1. Who's going to win the whole thing after season 1 ends?
I'm thinking Ruth.
Look at Ruth.
Ruth and Marty will go down fighting.
They're kind of yeah.
I feel like I'm teamed up against here. I feel like this is a real Helen and Wendy teaming up on the Missouri Bell owner situation. Not the Missouri Bell. I don't care. I know it's not season 1. I don't care.
Yeah.
It's my rule. Why can't I follow it? All right. We're fading. All right, folks. Thanks for listening. Peace.
On having a base.
Peace.